who are the teams that we need to look at in November here to make a nice run at that 10, 11, 12 seed possibilities for the college football playoff?
Well, you're definitely looking at Boise. They had a nice win on the road at UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ashton Genty's a legit Heisman contender.
He sure is, isn't he?
He's fun. Even, you know, like they get after him. He breaks tackles. He gets hard yards. Last week was 130, and he had to, I'm not saying he didn't have to work for it before, but he was grinding it out. And I think he's showing you everything you need to see if you're an NFL scout. They're right in there. I think we need to see what else comes out of the AAC. Obviously, Army. I don't think just because Notre Dame beat their arch rival as convincingly, that doesn't mean Army doesn't have a chance. But they're there. I think you look at some of these other schools now. We're going to find out a lot more, hopefully, about the ACC. You know, Clemson is bounced back from that bad loss to Georgia. Miami keeps winning. Pitt keeps winning. Sorry, Brockman. Obviously, Pitt.
Yeah, that one left a mark.
Devastating.
Yeah, it was pick six all over the place.
That was awesome.
And then you have like teams like, you know, SMU that are hanging around a one-loss team. I mean, those are the teams that it's like, okay, I went into this thinking there'll be 4 SEC teams at least. That's what I thought initially. There will be 4 Big Ten teams. I still think there will probably be 4 Big Ten teams. I think there'll be 4 SEC teams.
So 4 Big Ten teams. We're talking Oregon. Both teams playing each other.
Indiana.
And then Indiana.
Yeah, those would be the 4 I
Ohio
would
State,
guess.
Penn State, Indiana.
Then you're sitting there looking at, you know, that takes 8. We're going to have one we'll assume it's Boise for now.
9.
Notre Dame,
10.
That's 10. So you get 1 from the Big 12, 1 from the AAC. Right now there's 2 undefeated teams in both leagues because you have Pitt and Miami. And on the other side of it, you have BYU and Iowa State. I don't know. I mean, there's going to be an interesting argument whether a potentially 12-1. If let's say both teams are undefeated, I don't think that'll happen in the Big 12. But if it does, you have a 12-1 second, runner-up. Is that team going to get left out for a 9-3 maybe, or a 10-2 SEC team that doesn't have? If it's BYU, if they're 12-1, they have not just a close win. They blew out K-State. K-State's ranked. They beat SMU, and SMU is a one-loss team. They beat SMU at SMU. So they're going to have a resume that's good, but I think what's going to happen is the powers that be that sit in that room before the ESPN show on Tuesday nights are going to say, like, well, it comes back to the eyeball test. And even if Texas loses to Texas A&M, and Texas has no wins over ranked teams, they lost by 15 to Georgia, and whatever would happen in College Station.
Texas gets left out?
I don't think that's going to happen.
How is that possible?
I don't buy it because I think it'll come back to the eyeball test.
Sure.
For the, but like people.
It's not just the eyeball test in terms of what gets people to the television sets.
I wasn't saying that.
Now
You're saying that.
I'm saying that, and that's part of this equation for sure.
You're saying it's not all on the up and up.
I'm not saying that. Now, you're saying that. I'm saying that there is, when it comes down to it, a factor of who's going to watch and what, and whether that's, and that is a metric. Certainly when there's partners that are paying through the nose for this sort of thing. I think that's.
What are you saying about my sport?
I'm not saying that about your sport. I'm saying it about our business. It's a business.
It is a business.
It
is a business. Look, I think Texas, if you ask me point blank, is Texas one of the top 11 teams in the country? I would say.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would absolutely say that.
There's no question.
The question is going to be, your alma mater did not do them any favors. Maybe they'll be 7-5.
Alma mater's not doing me any favors or any of my compadres right now.
But that was a dominant showing by the Longhorns. It's going to be a dominant showing against a team that's probably 7-5. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll go to A&M. They're certainly good enough to beat anybody. And I would think they could. That game is going to be must-see TV.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.